Say 375. Sweet. What's good? What's good, everybody? Lambo, what's good, man? All right, we're just gonna wait for people to roll through. How's it going, everybody? Let's get some of this mise en place going. This will work. What separates Jamaican beef from others? Not much. Essentially, it's a Jamaican patty, but I'm going to be doing my Jamaican patty on a puff pastry. Just because I didn't really want to make like what do you call it? Like their laminated type of Jamaican dough. Like, you know what I mean? It's the Jamaican dough is usually with like the turmeric and the curry in the dough itself. I just didn't really have enough time today. I was doing a lot of interviews, so I just thought I'd just do that instead. Kind of salad. It's just a fresh salad, so it's going to be like iceberg lettuce, cucumber, tomato, something really really simple. Because again, like Shannon wasn't really feeling well last couple of days, as well as I've had like stomach issues since like Monday, so we're just gonna keep it nice and easy. And then for dessert, we're gonna just do like some dank. I have some nice frozen imperfect strawberries, and I'm gonna blend those down into like a kind of like a, I guess like a syrup or like a maceration. It's whatever. I think it's just because of the weather changes have been so drastic. It's just doing stuff to our bodies. You know what I'm saying? You never Blue Poop Derp. Hey man, it's good to see you, man. Rochelle, thank you so much. Happy Tuesday as well. How are you? Yeah, so I mean, it's pretty much just been like the weather change that's kind of messing us up. So we're just going to try to keep it nice and easy. But I thought a nice kind of like a pie and salad, something with a lot of flavor, but relatively light to go with a nice cold salad. Ever use goat meat? Yeah, I have, but I really rarely get to use it. Yeah, because we never use goat meat a lot in a professional sense. I've done like oxtail for making like pho and like other soup bases and stews. Yeah, the spring cold season, it's weird because like the last week it was supposed to be like the beginning of spring. We just got dumped on with snow. Like, and the weather's been like, here's like minus 16 this morning, and then now it's like 0 degrees. And I'm like, bruh. Might make some dinner as you tonight. Hey, right on, dude. What are you making tonight? Yeah, and oxtail is really good. I saw Toronto. Yeah, dude. It's crazy. Gemini, thank you so much. I appreciate the rose. Yeah, it's I don't know how much snow. I think there also it's like in the same situation where it's not like super cold, but they're just getting dumped on by like that super wet, like kind of slushy type of snow. Because driving around here on Sunday sucked. It was the worst, bro. Your dog loves hey man, I haven't met a dog, not other than the small ones. I haven't met a dog that was like not stoked to just jump into a snow pile. Like, did I get hit? Yeah, we got hit like earlier this week. It just kept coming for like 2 days straight. You're gonna follow the recipe for tomorrow? Right on, dude. Again, if you want like clarification on the recipe, by all means. Oh, you mean tonight? Okay. If you want clarification, just make sure you hit me in the comments. So I guess we'll just get started on it while people are just rolling in. Anybody that's in the chat right now, if you guys can do me a solid, hit that like button for me. Again, that helps me in the algorithm. It helps people keep finding this channel on live. It keeps it up and all that good stuff. Daniel, what's good, man? Nanners isn't home just yet. But she will probably be home in the next, what time is 5:09? So she'll probably be home in the next like 10, 15 minutes. Kind of spices. Jesse, what's good? Yeah, so right now I'm just going to go ahead and just get like a quick egg wash started right now. All right. Okay. And I think Lambo is asking what kind of spices. So for the what do you call it? For any type of Jamaican patty, like any of the spices for that is more or less, it's a curry powder, but I do recommend Jamaican curry powder. But I already have the Indian curry powder we're using. What do you call it for last stream's butter chicken? So I'm just gonna use that. I mean, you can use pretty much any curry powder, but I do recommend the Jamaican curry powder. Kelly, what's good, man? Welcome in. It's good to see you. It's going to be a little bit of thyme. Yeah, thyme, and then I'm going to be using. You should probably use Jamaican allspice as well, but if you only have regular allspice, use that. It's all good. Then I'm also going to be hitting with a whole onion. I got some ginger. I got some garlic. The ginger I'm just going to peel. I'm going to grind the shit out of, and then I'm going to saute into the ground beef. I don't need these. Boom. All right. Yeah. Then we're going to hit it thicken with some breadcrumb and a little bit of butter at the end to kind of help emulse it, so that when you bake it in the puff pastry shells or whatever, or like the packages, they really help emulses the overall beef, so it maintains thickness, and it just doesn't leak out everywhere. Super messy, right? Okay, so I just in a cup I have a little bit. I have 1 egg, and then to that I'm going to add about equal parts of just water. Okay. And what this is for is essentially it's just for the top of your puff pastry. So since we're using puff pastry, to emulate a little bit of that, because again, I'm using puff pastry as opposed to making a, what do you call it? As opposed to making a actual like Jamaican patty dough. I just didn't really have enough time for that. So to emulate it just a little bit, what you could do is, let's see if I have any, is just add a small hit of turmeric. That's going to help change the color out a little bit. Is that it? And because essentially because turmeric is very predominant, that's what gives it that orange color in curries. There we go. Yeah, turmeric. So you just need like, it's like saffron. You just need like a dash of it, because this is just going to help kind of give it that little bit of extra orange color. So like 1/8 of a teaspoon, if anything. That's going to give you some really nice color on the top when you give it a brush over on your pastry. And again, I'm just using regular, just puff pastry that you find in the freezer aisle. So this is a really nice kind of like that's what's going to kind of differentiate this Jamaican pie versus a regular, more traditional one. Okay. Okay, so essentially they're both laminated doughs. Like they both use butter to kind of come together, and then like as you're kneading it through, you're actually putting in squares of cold butter in between. So just like you would make like something like I guess like a puff pastry dough, or like something similar to a croissant dough. The difference between a Jamaican dough, though, is that they add in cumin, or sorry, not cumin, they add in the curry seasoning as well as extra turmeric. That's what gives it that really signature color when it comes to Jamaican patties. And it also gives it a lot more brightness and flavor in the savory notes, right? It really brings out those things. Yeah, but that's primarily what the difference is. So that also when you bake it, it is airy, so it has the layers of that nice crisp, but it's a little bit denser, right? It's a little bit less airy than like a puff pastry will be. The reason I'm going with puff pastry again is just because I didn't have enough time to make a Jamaican dough, but I think I could make that on the next time I make this, because I just had a hankering for what do you call it? I just had a hankering for Jamaican patties, right? I think because I was on the bus and we passed like this wicked Jamaican spot. I always get like goat curry at. With like some rice and like, or like you get the jerk chicken and stuff like that, and it's awesome. Yeah, so I got my so I put a little bit of turmeric into the egg wash. Boom. So it has like a nice hit of yellow. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put that to the side. On this, I'm just gonna go ahead, heat my pan up to a number 5, and hit it with a little bit of oil. You can always use a little bit of olive oil in this sense, because it'll be so low, but you really don't have to. You can just use canola oil or vegetable oil. Mare, how you doing? And you're following the recipe? Right on, dude. Okay, so again, we're just going to go in the order of beef, onion, garlic, ginger, then thyme, allspice, curry powder. Oh, and you also need just a little bit of green onion if you have it. Okay, breadcrumb and butter. That's pretty much the essentials of I'm going to be putting into this. You got hired at Tokyo Smoke? Yeah, dude. You're going to have a wicked time. Hopefully, like all the people that are in there are totally casual, so like super sweet kind of people. I love that. Okay, so yo, everyone, put a one for Mayor in the chat, man. Congratulations. People be out here working. I love that. Yeah, and hopefully once you work there for a little bit, after a little while, you come on here, man. You help me out with some of those recipes, all right? I'd love to hear your experiences. Okay, so I'm just gonna put my recipe just up here for now. Okay, cornflakes instead of breadcrumbs. I'm not actually sure if you can do that because it's corn based, right? I mean, it's worth trying. In this case, today, I'm not using regular breadcrumbs. I'm using panko breadcrumbs because essentially what the breadcrumbs are there for is a thickening agent. So as long as you can put something that does thicken the overall mix once it's cooked, it should be just fine. And Jean, good evening to you as well. How are you? You like the crunch. Sydney, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate you. Yeah, nice. Okay, so I got my pan heating. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw in some ground beef. There's a sale at like Superstore for like the halal ground beef, right? Hella cheap. So I was like, perfect. I'm just gonna just get this. Because again, and I also chose to go with like a just a regular lean ground beef. You can do medium ground beef because you still need that little bit of fat content for that. When you put your extra ingredients in, that breadcrumb will really help soak up a lot of that fat, right? And that's what's gonna I guess give you that little bit of extra oiliness in the baked product. Salt and vinegar chip crumbs on baked fish. Yeah, dude, 100%. Because I'm actually a big fan of like you do, what is it? Like you do like the oak plank or like the cedar plank with your salmon, right? Season it with a good amount of maple syrup, brown sugar, and then just throw it onto the grill. Boom, get that going. And then you crush hickory sticks on top of that with like a little bit of like just like QP mayo, hickory sticks. And then you can finish it with a couple other like dill, stuff like that. And it's really, really good. What was the ingredients? Okay, so for tonight, the ingredients that are going in. So again, I'm starting with a puff pastry base as opposed to using Jamaican patty dough. So then for the I guess the inside, it's going to be beef, onion, garlic, ginger, thyme, allspice, curry powder, green onion. Then to help thicken it at the end, it's breadcrumb and a little bit of butter. Hudson's pretzel coated fried chicken. Damn. Yeah, fish and chips are fire as well. I love that. Hell yeah, dude. Okay, so we're just gonna go with that. So I'm just heating up a pan right now. I'm gonna go ahead and sear, what do you call it? The ground beef off. All right. Okay, and I got my, pastry dough's relatively defrosted. A really nice trick is that if you have pastry dough and it's not entirely like defrosted, it's still a little bit frozen. What I would recommend, do you do any smoked meats? I will be doing smoked meat in the summer. I actually reconverted one of our old barbecues into a smoker. So I have like this like grill section, grill barbecue, and then I have another really super old barbecue for like smoking using chips and charcoal. So I will be doing that come summertime, which is going to be awesome. Because I love me a little bit of brisket. Brisket, pork belly, stuff like that. Fish and chips go on my order at restaurants. Absolutely, man. You got to have fish and chips, especially when they're fresh. Because I love going to like places that are like oceanside, like ocean bound, like Vancouver Island, or like if you go all the way to the east, you go and any of the islands. Like you just have access to the ocean, so you might as well be eating fish and chips as well as potatoes. Like potatoes are crazy. Or if you go to Washington too, they do like wicked, like not just fish and chips, but they do like fish stews. But also in Washington State, one of the wildflowers is fennel. So they do wicked things with fennel, grilled fennel, fried and blanched fennel, stuff like that. It's awesome, as well as potatoes. Yeah, you're in Nova Scotia, so yeah, dude, absolutely, 100%. Yeah, fish tacos down in San Diego. Oh shit. Yeah, because we had I had my very first time I had like really authentic fish tacos was in LA, and to be honest with you, it was a game changer. I can only imagine like the closer you get to the ocean, like the further south you go down closer to Mexico, You get that really great mix, like super cultural mix of the right fish seasonings with the right like taco aesthetic. You know what I mean? Yeah, it all sounds fire. It sounds amazing, actually. Yeah, fresh fish is amazing. Because again, we live in Alberta. Fish here is good, but it's farm raised, and it's just you can taste. It tastes like depression in some ways, you know. I don't mind frozen fish though, because I grew up on it. All right. So I'm gonna let that sear. I'm gonna go ahead and break down my onion. Yeah, you can definitely taste the difference. Like fresh fish is like, yeah, it's undeniable, right? As well as like texturally, you can just tell. Yeah, there's just things about it that just, you know, you can't beat. Yeah, that's just what it is. You know, I mean, people here still love fish. Because I think, what is our fish in Alberta? It's a trout, something like that. Fresh, like, sorry, river trout or lake trout or something like that. I mean, it's still good, like still really meaty, extremely flavorful, all that good stuff. Yason, what's good, man? Yeah, we do love fresh sushi, but at least with our sushi, what do you call it? With our sushi, a lot of the places that at least I've worked at, or if you go, any wife can be smell like fish. That is disgusting. Do not talk about women like that. Yeah, I feel like with here, at least with the Japanese restaurants or any like the those restaurants, I find that you what do you call it? You can usually get ordered in from Japan some really great some really great fresh tuna. I think at Cowboys when they opened early, there was that Japanese restaurant in there. They ordered the entire tuna and broke it down in a day. I thought that was awesome because that's the first time I ever got to see like a complete breakdown of a whole fish, right? Which to me is amazing. Yeah, because again, I never got to see like I've never personally seen like a full tuna in person, but once you see it, goddamn, that thing is massive, dude. What about fresh frozen? To be honest, like yeah, those are also really good. 'Cause I don't mind fresh frozen, like flash frozen or IQF, as long as it isn't like as long as it's more natural. Like they don't put pump, just like chicken, or it's like preserved in a pump to maintain like both volume and size, so that when you cook it, it just shrinks. Other than that, like I don't mind fresh frozen. It's a kind of a standard here in Alberta. Wild Pacific salmon. To be honest with you, we can get it. I don't know if it like is more available farmed than it is fresh. We do have fish farms though here. Mayor. Always eat before watching, or at least bring snacks. You know, I'm always telling y'all, man, get some snacks out. You guys are all good. So okay, so with the regular lean ground beef, I'm starting to get a good amount of some of the water fat, or sorry, the water and the fat is starting to kind of drain and leak from the beef, which is kind of what we're looking for, because this will help cook the onions. Because again, what we're trying to do here is we're trying to like not necessarily fully caramelize the onions. In essence, what we're trying to do here is we're just trying to get like a good saute on them so they get nice and soft. Deanna, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome to the live. Okay, so when you're going to be doing your beef as well, get a small bowl out, because you're going to pull out the ground beef from the pan temporarily. Okay, That's going to be a really important part of getting a good amount of cook and color on your onions. And this will also help kind of scrape up the extra fond and all that stuff in the pan before we get to it, okay? We get a lot in Toronto and a lot to Sri Lanka. That's awesome. Yeah, dude. Because I know Toronto gets they have a small port, so I think their port system comes in either from water or in directly into your airport from New York, which is a small skip, which is awesome. Speck of Dust, what we are making today, we are making some just regular Jamaican beef pies, not Jamaican patties necessarily, but I am doing a kind of very similar filling to a Jamaican patty. We're going to do a nice simple salad to go with it, something really light. Anthony, beef pies, yes sir. Yeah, just yeah, and if you want to make a Jamaican patty dough, by all means do it. It's really, really simple. I just find that when I turn on the mixer during a live, it just kind of kills the audience. It's super loud. Am I a chef? Yes, I've been a chef for the last 25 years. Yeah, dude, I love a good Jamaican spot is always fuck. I can't remember who was joking about. I think it was All Deaf Digital. Was it? Yeah. They always say well, some of the best Jamaican spots are always the spots where you go, hey, can I get this and this? And they go, we ain't got that. Because you know it's just sold out. You know what I mean? Do you like the show The Bear? Yes, I do. Yeah, I love The Bear. I actually prefer that show is actually more realistic than anything else that I've seen, other than say, like Burnt. Like I hate the movie Burnt, strictly because I actually was in several kitchens exactly like that with the exact type of chef. Your kitchen is tiny. It's all about efficiencies. When you have a tiny kitchen, this is actually a really great subject. When you have a small kitchen, one of the best things you could do is have one of those roll around rack things that locks on the bottom, so you can put all your spices, all your containers, all that stuff, and stack them up. So you're not taking up a lot of space in your or all the real estate in your shelves. And then you can it's all about economizing. Again, what I do on my channel is I also showcase that you can kind of get away with just using 1 or 2 pans maximum. I don't know how many burners you have in your house or in your kitchen, but you can also just get away with just using 2, right? And then just pace yourself. If you have an oven, utilize your oven as much as humanly possible. Nanners is in the house. But yeah, stuff like that. It's all about really economizing your space, as well as things like this, right? Grouping and kind of making sure that you have sectioned off for the things that you need for seasonings. Yeah, and as well as I also recommend, what was that shit? It was like these type of like shoe racks that you can put into your closets or into your dry pantry, and then just put your seasoning bottles into those. And that's a really good way to economize as well. Oh, the lives? Yes, I did download them all last night. And I'm just going to be hitting with like the next, I think there's going to be 10 or 12 going live by midnight my time tonight. So they should, by the time you wake up, Kelly, there should be at least 12 ready to go for you in the morning. Yeah, I've worked in restaurants and they're all chaotic, just like the Bear. Yeah, and I grew up a lot in the fine dine or higher end restaurant game. And yes, I've worked with a lot of guys, super stressed out, higher end dudes. And yeah, I'm not into that. I actually really prefer, what do you call it? The more like less strict. Like I was never able to work at these restaurants because they're like a million miles away. But I really enjoyed like the 2 or 3 star. Speck of Dust, thank you so much for the follow. I actually really enjoyed like the 2 or 3 star Michelin restaurants that I got to stage at, strictly because they had just encouraged respect. They encouraged teamwork. The chefs were stressed out, but they had less to lose. That, you know what I mean? They were just there having fun with their food, all that good stuff. Your setup looks similar to mine. Yeah, then just it's all about really just economizing the overall space, just taking a really good look at how you're planning out your weeks. Maybe do less groceries, do a one a week. grocery foray, so it really helps save you time and space. I also, if anyone's knows me, I also recommend don't buy Tupperware, buy 1 liter containers at your kitchen supply store, all that good stuff. Plans for Easter weekend? I'm not actually quite sure, but Donald Farrell, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it as well. Yeah, I just recommend just economizing. So my plans for the weekend, I'm not actually quite sure, to be honest with you. We might, it's a rainy night there. Oh man, some curry might do you some good. What are your favorite dishes to make? To be honest with you, I love anything deep fried, anything dank. One of my favorites that I've been thinking about recently, me and my wife's friend Carly, she keeps bringing up this. We were camping one time, and she came out to visit us at the trailer, and when these guys were just hanging out, I actually had these like Twinkies and like these pre-made crepes, right? That I made, or that had just been sitting in the fridge. Where do I get our water from? We get it from the tap.
You got 140 people in here.
Yeah, that's a lot of people. Yeah, but the dish that really comes up is one of the dishes that comes up is like I did like it was like a strawberry Bailey's reduction with white chocolate on top of like this Twinkie inside of a crepe, wrapped in a crepe. Then you hit that with a little bit of white chocolate cream, and then finish with like toasted nuts. I think it was like pecans and some other stuff. S. Sinclair, thank you so much for the rose. I appreciate you. Yeah, see, the thing is, again, counter space is the same thing here. Again, we're a really busy family, so we just always, like, we also have ADD, so we just put stuff down on the counter. Again, it's all about just economizing. And then, like, for me, I always make sure, like, this spot that I'm working in right here, like the cooking space that I'm working at right now and filming on, it is, for the most part, it always kind of maintains, it always just, like, internally, my rule is it stays clear. So that you can cook on it, you know what I mean? And when it comes to like small spaces, as long as you have a dedicated space generally for that purpose, then you should be all good. Just gonna grab a bowl. Yeah. Say again? Yes. So do I use certain spices? Yes, it depends actually. It depends on what the dish is. But in this dish particularly, the beef's burning. No, not yet. In this particular, what do you call it? In this particular dish, for any Jamaican patty, so you're really going to go with the more or less the traditional stuff, which is your onions, your garlic, your ginger. Then it's going to be thyme, allspice, curry powder, green onions. And then to thicken it and give it some richness, it's going to be thickened with a little bit of breadcrumb. Either pureed breadcrumb or dry breadcrumb, and a little bit of butter. Okay, so I'm just going to put my beef to the side for now. And then I'm just going to just chop up my onions, get those in there. Again, you can just try to chop these up, not super fine, but like just try to get them as finely as possible, just because when you do mix them with the ground beef after, you will want more of the consistency so it cooks evenly.
Lynn's got a pun for you.
Lynn's got a pun. She getting punny today? Jamaican me crazy with these cooking skills. That's hilarious. All right. So we're gonna take some of these onions. So I'm just using the whole white onion, just because I don't want a leftover. Okay, but if we end up with some of that leftover beef, what's awesome is that you can also kind of use it in other things, right? The cool part about the puff pastry as well, if you don't want to make packets, now you can also do, I guess the other method is just put them into, put your puff pastries into muffin tins. Add grated cheese. I mean, I would add cheese if I had some But I was going to save some of that cheese for the salad. What was I saying? You can do it in a muffin tin, right? Make squares, throw them into the muffin tin, throw your beef on top of that, and then bake that. So they come out actually like pies. And that's it's a really great way to do these types of Jamaican pies as well. Right? Because they don't have to be packages necessarily, but in this case, I really wanted to do like a kind of a hand package or something like that. Thought that would be really nice. Okay, just gonna saute off all of the onions in that beef residual beef fat. Okay. To this, I'm also going to be adding. I'm gonna say like roughly about 3 garlic cloves. 4. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, why not?
Danny Girl 1987 says they didn't know that you could cook onions in beef grease.
You didn't know you could cook, what was that? Onions and beef. Yeah, I mean, it's just a good way to continue just taking on all the flavor from the pan as much as humanly possible, right? Because again, when it comes to doing things like this, it's all about trying to maintain, what do you call it? The building foundation, right? Like building flavor foundations. And that's a more ideal way to kind of do this. Only 3? Yeah, but I mean, it's going to be, what do you call it? Really what you want to do is just kind of encourage more of the savory notes from the curry itself. So garlic is going to be a good bit of that. But what I'm actually leaning on more is the allspice and the ginger to give this more vibrance. The garlic is really going to be more of a take a back seat, and it's going to be more of like a secondary player. Cool. I'm just going to turn that down. Give a nice saute on that. Jamaican curry and Indian curry, it's primarily just the type of curry, like the type of curry seasoning and what you're putting into it. Jamaican curry is primarily, as far as I can tell, they're both very goddamn similar, but in a lot of cases in Jamaica, they're using a lot of the curry spices on regular meat and marinating with that, as opposed to like in Indian cuisines where it's a lot more stew-based stuff, from what I can tell. You doing advanced grade 11 cooking class? Yeah, dude. Yes. Oh man, I loved cooking class in high school, dude. I did cooking classes from grade 8 to grade 12 all the way through. It was one of my favorite classes, 100%. Yeah, and it does go fast, right? But you definitely do end up learning a lot. The only problem is if you're being grouped up, like I was grouped with like 10 or it was like 8 or 10 people. And some of the people just didn't care. Right? And that's the part that kind of kills me. Did I go to culinary school? No, I did the School of Hard Knocks. I started as a dishwasher when I was 13 and then just worked my way up. I told myself I wouldn't go to school for it because you don't need a culinary certificate to be a really great chef, as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so I got that. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to peel down this this ginger real quick here. I'm going to get that inside corner. Boom. Okay, now get my peeler. Okay. So now for this, what I am going to do is I'm not going to actually slice it down. I'm actually just going to run it over a cheese grater. Just so it's... Hey, you're a cheese grater. You're in a group of 6 and the other half of my group is killing my grater. Yeah, I know. Sometimes, but you know what? Don't let that hold you down. Be the person that carries them. You know what I'm saying? Because if you know you can carry them, you can lead a team. And that That, my friend, is what I look for in future culinary leaders.
Tatiana arrived late. Can you describe what's in the frying pan?
Tatiana, welcome, by the way. Hope you're having a really great Tuesday. So what's in the pan right now is in the pan I cooked off a little bit of nice ground beef. It's just regular, what do you call it? Just regular ground. There's a little bit of diced onion. And right now I'm just going ahead and grating up some ginger. Okay, so I get a bunch of this nice ground ginger into the onions next. And there's a little bit of garlic as well. Will I be posting the recipe? Absolutely will be. I just need a chance to write it up. But if you want a replay of it, I will be posting this this live in the next couple days on my YouTube channel. I mean, yeah, I did just throw an entire onion in there, but it is going to get cooked down and added in with the beef. Okay. So right now, I also have the onions now kind of sitting and just slowly sautéing at about a 3.5 on the, looks like 10 onions. Yeah, it's not French onion soup, you know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, I have it sitting on a 3.5, just kind of lightly sautéing, taking on color from the bottom. Yeah, right, nice and slow, just so I can get a good amount of clarification on that. And then I just went ahead, ground up a little bit of that ginger, pull out the little pieces, boom. Let's go ahead and throw that in there as well. Okay, so that's going to give you this wicked fragrance, okay? Because again, what we're trying to do here is we're just trying to build both fragrance and savory flavor one after another, right? Because like we said on our last stream, because last stream we did butter chicken, anything that involves curry, it involves building. And it's like, you know what I mean, essential building blocks. Okay, I'm just gonna give everything a quick rinse real quick. All right, boom. There she goes there. There. Okay, so let's give that a stir in.
Iron Maiden's arrived.
Hey, Iron Maiden, what's good, man? It's good to see you. Welcome. Made a curry dish to serve for a couple teachers, and I did so much work. Yeah, it is. But remember though, curry, just like anything that involves a lot of spices and a lot of extra prep work, it's a labor of love. But what you probably did notice is that the curry itself, if you had leftovers, it probably tasted 10 times better the next day. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Pakistan, living in Toronto for 30 years. Love to cook different food. Awesome. Donald, right on, dude. What kind of food are you into cooking these days? And Danny Girl, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you. Nice. So I got that ginger in there. You can definitely, it's now starting to release a good amount of aromatics. So to that, boom. Nice. Okay, so because eventually we're going to add in our spices, and we're going to deglaze the pan with just like a half cup of chicken stock, just to kind of pull up all of the extra flavors, okay? So next, ginger. Okay, so then we're going to add the beef back in. Just like that. All right. Okay, so now you do definitely, for the spices, you will want to bring up your heat to roughly a 5.5. The reason being is because essentially when you do anything that involves curry spices or anything that's like those high flavor profile spices, you will want to start extracting the flavor right away, but without burning. So there's like a fine line between like it burning and it like, you know, just getting toasted. Baking beef rib barbecue. Oh, you know that's good. Golly. Yeah, dude. Yeah, we definitely coming over for snacks, dude. Just vanilla yogurt and flour. Nice. Yeah, man. Beef barbecue ribs, hey? Golly, I haven't had like a beef rib in a long time. Those I remember we used to go to like a steakhouse where they had like, I think it was like all you can eat beef ribs, and they were like these caveman beef ribs, like the massive joints. Incredible. Perfect. Okay. So now I got the onions and beef nicely incorporated. So to this, we're gonna start adding our flavorings. So again, I'm using a little bit of allspice, just ground allspice, but in my opinion, you should be using Jamaican allspice. It is a slight bit different, but you know what? It does contain a lot of the similar profiles of it. So in goes the allspice. I'm gonna go ahead and hit with some regular thyme. You're cooking this after the live? Right on, dude. Right, just a small pinch. So nutmeg, it's about a half teaspoon. You don't want a crazy amount, right? Because the nutmeg in it will just take it over. So about half teaspoon of your thyme, because again, it's an aromatic as well as a savory component. So that'll help bring up a good amount of that. And to that, you're gonna add in about a tablespoon, if not a tablespoon and a half of curry. Okay. Yeah. Dwayne, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you. I should join Master Chef. Nah, I don't think I'll be good at it no more. I mean, when like maybe 10 years ago when I was like angry and in my prime, then yeah, I mean, I might have been able to do it. You're making me laugh with that one. Come on, man. Come on, man. Always make time for time. Oh man, y'all punning out hard today, hey? Golly. Turning into some mad pirates. And again, I just used like the regular Indian curry that I had left over. But if you get a chance, do definitely try out Jamaican curry, like a Jamaican curry spice. Amazing stuff. Okay. Yeah. So now we're getting a good toast on the beef. Okay. And as you add in all those things will start to then. Jace, what's good, man? Good to see ya. Tatiana, definitely. If you want help with this recipe as well, just by all means. Donna, thank you so much for the heart me. I appreciate it. If you want help with any of these recipes or this recipe in particular, hit me in the DMs. I can give you the exact measurements, proponents, if you don't remember them from today. Whoa! Team Bracelet, thank you so much for that. Still on strike? Damn. Yeah, of course. Tatiana, I'm always here to help, try to help the community, try to get everyone's at-home cooking game best it can be. You know what I mean? Why hate the food that you make, you know? Okay, so now, since we added all those dry spices into the mix here, what we're now going to do is I'm going to hit, and this is actually a really weird but important part, is that I'm actually using chicken stock. So I'm using chicken stock powder, and you're going to want to add roughly about a half cup of chicken stock to your mix. And in this case, I'm just using chicken stock powder and a half cup of water. Okay? And this is going to help kind of bring all of the spices and ingredients in the pan together, reduce down, make it really nice and moist. Okay. Nice. Yep. Perfect. Okay, so I'm just going to I'll wash this in a second. I'm just going to turn it over. Dry. All right, so then I got my puff pastry. I cut these guys open. And then since the beginning of the live, I've had my oven sitting about 375, okay? So I do want to get a good amount of color going for that. Oh, Tatiana, thank you so much for the cloud bread. That's awesome. I really appreciate it. Oh. And of course, if you haven't already, hit that follow button. You can stay updated on any recipes or anything that I post on my page, as well as you'll get notified of next time I go live. Okay. So we're just going to let this guy just reduce down just a little bit. And then we're just gonna add maybe a half cup of breadcrumb to it. Traditionally, you would add just regular, any French loaf that you had left over lying around, dry as fuck. You just grind it up, get that going. You know what I mean? Tatiana, thank you so much for the follow. And Alice Hera, Ali, damn, I can't pronounce that. Alice Zahara, thank you so much for the follow as well. I appreciate you for being here. Rory, that account's getting deleted. Yeah, definitely add me to your other one, please. Right on. Okay, so that guy is good to go. So now I'm going to be adding in just a small hit of panko breadcrumb, which I have here. As well as if you don't want to just add it in all dry, willy-nilly, you can also just go ahead and, there we go. Yeah, there we go. You can also take your breadcrumbs, throw it into like a small little like blender or magic bullet, stuff like that. And just blend it so it's like a nice thick kind of consistency with like blend it with water obviously, but it comes to a really thick nice consistency, and then you can just kind of add that in as your thickener, which works as well. Fun tip is that you can use that same method to thicken your sauces as well as any type of stews. I did put seasoning into the meat. Did you need me to repeat any of them?
She missed the start, so yeah.
Okay. So just for the people that are here now, just at the end, I'm just going to be adding in 3 tablespoons of butter. Okay, so that's going to help kind of really just tighten everything up in the pan, and it's going to help fully dissolve the breadcrumbs. Okay, so Chez Nouveau. So essentially what we're doing today is with the Jamaican beef pies, I'm not doing a traditional, we call it Jamaican patty, using patty dough. Instead, I'm using puff pastry. Okay, this you can find at the grocery store in the freezer aisle. So now we're going with just regular lean ground beef, and the essential components that are in are your onions, your garlic, ginger. Then for the spices, you're going to be adding in thyme, allspice, curry powder. Then as well, it's going to be green onion, breadcrumb, and 3 tablespoons of butter. So now I just added in my breadcrumb and my butter, and I'm just going to let the butter melt, and I'm going to finish with just a little bit of green onions. Okay. And for green onions, you're going to go with roughly, I'm going to say, in terms of stalks, you're going to go with like 4 or 5 stalks of green onion, and just cut them down to the whites. All right. Yeah, green onion as in tradition. Y'all know how much I love green onion. All right. It doesn't matter what the cuisine is. I'm putting it in there. What brand of frying pan is better to cook with? To be honest, I don't know. Any one of them. If you want, like say non-stick. We've been using the Gothams. They've been working pretty well, but as long as it works, you know what I'm saying? As long as it like actually does what it says it does, then that's the one for you. Because I got used to just using like basically like aluminum pans that they have at the restaurant. You just burn them out and then throw them out. There we go. Nice. Okay, cool. So I got the green onions in, but you can see now that with the butter and the bread, how much tighter the actual mix is, right? You can actually, it almost like looks like you can press it, right? Which is what you want. So I'm gonna kill the heat. Boom. Then I'm just gonna get a pan ready for the patties. Okay. Where's my spray? So again, non-stick pan, but I always will throw down just a little bit of cooking spray just to make sure the bottom is nice and slippery. All right, and that's cooling down as we speak. Yeah, see, the thing is, like, I noticed that with my Gothams as well. We tried cooking popcorn in it in, like, this weird aluminum foil method, and it definitely burnt out the pan, like, for sure. But then again, also, it does say on the instructions, like, it doesn't need to be heated past medium, so that is kind of my fault as well, so... But, I mean, I will say, Gothams, for the price, are a really good deal. All right, so what I'm going to be doing here, guys, is with these joints right here. I'll put that right there for a second. All right, so with this, I'm just going to go ahead and cut this in half lengthwise, right? Because what I'm thinking here is I'm just going to take the mix, throw it down the middle, and I'm going to fold it, and then I'm just going to slice them and then crimp them after. Come on, who reads the instructions? Yo, I feel you, right? I remember trying to put together like IKEA stuff and fucking it up so hard. Like, you know, you end up with like a small handful of screws and you're like, oh no. Oh, bruh. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm just going to go ahead and throw these guys in hot. Fuck it. We'll see how that works. Okay. Boom. Just like that. Yeah. Nice even layer. All right. Try it.
We almost can't quite see that it's really at the bottom of the screen.
Oh. But hold on. See if I can like do an adjust. How about now?
No, that's the cover. Oh, there we go. That makes sense. Thank you.
That's better? Okay, sorry about that. Okay. Yeah, so boom, right? And the idea here is essentially, I'm just going to just go like that, right? Just roll this joint on this. Like that. Nothing pretty. Okay. And that's why, at least, if it's defrosted, the overlap and the steam will help it seal. Except for that one side, because it hates me. All right, I'm just going to do the same for the other side.
Are you just making like meat pastries?
Yeah, pies, dude.
Okay.
Because what I'm thinking is, I don't think I'm going to be able to slice it when it's hot. It'll just bust. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm thinking is, yeah, I'll just like put these on to here. Like I'm just gonna cut the paper. I'm gonna flip it onto the fucking this. You know what I'm feeling? And then it should just cook as like a whole.
Is that cheese?
Is that cheese? Nah. Can you imagine if that was cheese? Golly, that would be fire.
No way.
No way. No way, sir.
No way, Jose.
Got my little chef over there just sassing.
Hey.
Hey, you heard me.
Tradition?
As is tradition. Okay, just like that, right? Yeah, ain't that just the ugliest thing on the planet? But that's all right. We gotta make this work.
How long do you cook it for from Deanna?
Okay, so I'm gonna try to cook this for, it's at 375, so for roughly we're gonna start with like 18 minutes. Right? I think that'll be like the right amount of time. Well, boy, what's good, dude? I didn't see you walk in here. How are ya? Beef Wellington vibes. It's like gangster, like hood style beef Wellington. So check this out. So we're gonna just go ahead and take this thing, right? Real sloppy like. Alright? And then just go like that. And then pull it off. Yeah. Yeah. Why not?
It got there.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of looks like the thing. It looks like one of those, like, Japanese type omelets. If I'm being really real. Cool. All right. All right, so that part of the monstrosity is done. Hood style is always the best style, you know what I mean? It's so gangster. You got a bit of a headache, bro? Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that. Make sure you drink a lot of water, homie. Every time cook something in the oven, fire alarm goes off. Hey. It used to happen here because we have really sensitive fire alarms. The trick to that is to just pull the fire alarm off the ceiling and then move it into a room away from you until you're done cooking.
You should put ours back up.
Yeah, we should. Also, the other solution is I have a window over top of like my sink, which is like right here, right? You can actually buy a fan, like a square fan that fits in the window that can blow outwards. Yes, it is a paintbrush. But it is it was a paintbrush kind of made for barbecues or for like painting on like ribs and shit.
It came with a barbecue sauce.
Yeah, it did come with a barbecue sauce. Incidentally, though, the barbecue sauce just basically tasted like A1. It wasn't anything special, which is horrendous. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I have my turmeric egg wash that we made at the beginning of the stream. I'm just going to go ahead and dust that guy on, just like that. Okay, and then these guys are going to go into the oven for, I'm going to say about 18 minutes should do it. Because it is hot, so technically all you're really trying to do is kind of like make sure the top is baked. Like, so the pastry's kind of just baked through and it's not raw. That's essentially what we're doing here. Yeah, it's a good thing you didn't do forbidden soup today. Is that hamburger in the Wellington? I mean, first of all, it's not a Wellington. It's essentially a Wellington, but it is hamburger. Yes, sir. It's a Jamaican seasoned hamburger. So it's Jamaican patty filling inside of a nice puff pastry, right? It's one of those dishes that I would serve to Gordon Ramsay, ironically, and see if it would he would fuck with it, you know? How much curry powder did I put in? I'd say about, everything was like a teaspoon to like a teaspoon and a half. So I'm going to say about a tablespoon to a tablespoon and a half. It really depends on how much extra you want to put in. As well, what I did leave out, I did put curry in it, but what I did leave out is you could put in some Scotch bonnets. That is what's going to give you your overall spice, like the heat. But the reason I left it out is again, hey, thank you, I appreciate it. But I left it out because my little girl, she doesn't do well with heat just yet. And I do want to help her slowly on that journey to get her heat tolerance up there. So one of those things is just kind of introducing, just spices. No liver pate, not today, my friend. But I would do a liver pate one day, I think, because I do have, because I really want to do like banh mi. And I think that would be a really great application for it. Do not swear. Rating is great. I have digestive issues. What kind of digestive issues? I mean, yes. I mean, we do definitely have digestive issues of our own, but we choose to ignore them. You miss eating cabbage rolls. Deanna, you can't have cabbage rolls. What's good? What up with that? All right, I'm just going to give this bowl just a quick rinse out here as that cooks. So now we can just go ahead and get started on just a nice, simple, just a simple garden salad with a little bit of cheese. So I think for the cheese, we do have a little bit of that leftover goat's cheese. So I think I'm going to go with that. It has a nice, sweet kind of overtone to it. And I think I can definitely play with that. Not sure. Hard foods, digestion issues, can't pass properly. Oh, interesting. Okay. And is it like more of like a guttural thing? Does it affect your stomach lining? Because I worked at a retirement home or like a senior care center where we had a lot of different digestive issues that were kind of in that same vein. You don't normally make cabbage rolls? Yo, it's worth doing. No win, Dr. Ants, trusting God now. Ah, yeah. So then you're on, I would assume then you're on a nice soft food diet? Timer on the stove, 15 minutes. You got it, dude. If you have digestive issues, cabbage is the worst. Yeah, it's not great. As well as it's so fibrous that it's really hard to break down. I had a woman that I was working when I was at the home. She can consume like things like broccoli, but only the tips of broccoli, like the bushy parts of the broccoli, but not the stems. And that really kind of like was everything. Like she could have celery, but the celery itself had to be peeled to take a lot of the fibers out. And stuff like that, just because again it was like super hard to for her body to digest. A lot of straining. Is it? And it is mostly, I would assume, like a fibrous thing, like a fiber and things that I guess clot or not clot, but like become hard in your stomach, and they don't break down as easy.
Does cabbage give you gas?
Does cabbage give me gas? Absolutely.
And
Not as bad as my other homie.
canned corn. What should you put with
Gonna make some canned corn. What should I put in it? Yo, whale boy, make what was that corn? Yo, canned corn, right? Heat that up. Keep some of the water. Make sure it's like kind of liquidy. Add your butter in. You're gonna add a hit of mayonnaise. If you have tahini and chamoy, add that in. Cilantro, a little bit of paprika. You got Mexican corn. Oh, and white cheese. Any type of white cheese. Flax is better than fiber. I mean, yeah, and as well as it does. What do you call it? It's less. It is less fibrous, but at the same time, it helps for people that have digestive issues. It definitely helps break down and push out impurities. Yeah, Nina, it's for things like that, it's really just all about proper diet changes and finding the right foods that work for you that you can then have in volume. But other things too is to maintain a good amount of water intake at least, right? Yeah, but definitely do it. If you got like the chamoy and all that stuff, you got a little extra hot sauce. Add that jam on top of that thing. Oh my God, yes.
Oh my god, my eyes are itchy.
Naturals, herbs. Okay. Yeah, but again, it's all about trying to find the right foods, like the right vegetables and the stuff that you can, your body can break down, which usually, remember, it takes time because you also have to experiment with specific foods, specific types of cooking of the foods, all that stuff to see what your body can take and break down. Because again, it's a lengthy process, but once you get there, it gets better. Absolutely. It's beef is crazy. It's crazy. But what is really cheap relatively is pork. Pork is actually a really great price right now. Chicken as well. Insane. Insane for fresh, right? It's just insane prices. But that's also why right now I do recommend with that kind of economy, find vegetables that are on sale, that you can use up right away. And then go to like an 80-20 diet. 80% vegetables and carbohydrates to a 20% protein. Because you can still get your proteins from other things, beans, legumes, all that stuff, okay? As well as, what was that company called that does the imperfect food? Okay, yeah, we do every now and again subscribe to a company that does imperfect food, like dented foods or things that wouldn't make it to the grocery stores because they're imperfect. And you get a gigantic bag of it for like $30, and they deliver. You know what I'm saying? It's available here in Alberta, I know for a fact. In BC, I don't know about the other provinces, but I'm sure every other province has a similar company. I highly recommend utilizing them. Should try oven pan chicken quesadilla. Ooh, that sounds good. I haven't done a quesadilla on here yet, so I think I will definitely keep that in mind. Yeah, everything is expensive, so it's all about trying to find the deals, you know what I'm saying? Where's the salad? I'm going to be working on that salad in about 10 seconds here. Just trying to answer some some comments in the thing here. Pork, meat cannot digest. Yep, absolutely. I figured. I had a rupture 2005. Brutal. Yeah, so it's going to be a lot of like high fibrous, and high muscle protein stuff. So have you tried tofu or teff or anything like that? And don't lose your life. Thank you so much for the follow as well. I had to look at how to pronounce that for a second there. Verify again. God damn it, this puzzle. Boom. You want to know what slaps? I have a hard time making pie crust. Do it slowly. Remember, it's all about fluffing it, right? Yeah, I try to, man. It's again, it depends on how many people are in here, but again, I try to be as accessible as humanly possible when it comes to cooking, especially.
That's why you're supervised.
That's why also my wife definitely helps me in the chat, because if I start missing stuff, she yells at me from the other side of the room. From the other room, sorry.
You mean from the playroom where I am?
That's right.
The living room where I'm in? I always call it.
It's the
Sundays,
playroom.
right?
Say again?
Tuesday, Thursday, Sundays.
Yep, Tuesday, Thursday, Sundays is the days I am always trying to get on live. Unless, of course, there is, changes or one of us is sick or something like that. All right. Okay, so, yeah, let's go ahead. Just get this nice salad underway here. Oh, Lord. Let's do... I have one of... Oh, yes, dude. Hell yeah. I got one of these too. Ha ha, yes. Okay. Yeah, this will smoke. Oh, sorry, man. Yeah, this will smoke. Okay, so I got a little bit of this iceberg lettuce left over. I'm just going to try to use it up as best as I can before it turns. So, good utilization of anything that's going to go expired. Clean it up just a touch. Get some of the bronze off of it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Jamaican food is, as far as I'm concerned, Jamaican food, just like Haitian food or anything like that, it's just amazing flavors. There's flavors that I never get to experience too often, right? Because when I was growing up, I grew up with friends of our family who are from Kenya, as well as I had Haitian friends that used to, when you visited their house, that's like the scent you get is like all the spice cabinets of just the food they're cooking, the fish that they're cooking, amazing, right? Definitely a sense of my childhood. Okay, yeah, and I didn't meet like Jamaican folks until like later in life, until I hit the kitchens. Okay, so I have a little bit of that iceberg lettuce. I'm just going to go ahead and give this a quick rinse. Cold water just to make sure that it gets nice and crisp. Okay. Give that a drain. Okay, 6 minutes on the patties.
And I have thing at 6:30.
Yep, I will be off by 6:30.
Sure.
What time is it now?
6:13.
Okay, yeah, we have time. We're just gonna make it. Nina, thank you so much for the follow as well. And what do I do with my leftovers? I have them for lunch. Or again, if I do like a larger amount of them, I'll try to send like if I do pastries or something like that, I send them to work with my wife because Lynn, who's on here as well, if she's still here, she gets snacks. And then yeah, I just try to make enough that we can have leftovers for the next day, stuff like that.
Chamoy in the corn or on the corn?
Chamoy on the corn, yeah. Hey, I appreciate you, Lynn. You know what I'm saying? Like, not everyone gets to be like, hey, I saw this on TikTok, and I have it the next day. Yeah, make dip from leftovers. Absolutely. Okay, so with the
Yes. Yeah.
salad, we're just gonna let that bad boy just do its thing. Right there. Okay. So to that, I'm going to just cut up a little bit of cucumber. Okay. And again, when it comes to my ingredients, I always get enough ingredients that it has multiple purposes, right? It's always good to have the ability to just have ingredients on deck, and then you can just kind of make small dishes using that.
The corn is ridiculously good.
Right? Oh, man. Hell yeah. Yeah, dude. And it's weird. You would never think they just put hot sauce and mayo on a joint, and then it would just be like crazy, right? Okay, so then I'm going to cut I have one single Roma tomato. I'm just going to go ahead and just cut this into quarters. Get these out right now. Again, I'm not going to seed them. I really want the juice from this. Okay, I got 3.5 minutes almost on the potties. Boom. it's sorry, it's part of like a habit. And then I found this this avocado here. It's called a slim cotto. I've never used one. So let's go ahead and just take a gander at what it is. Because if it is basically just an avocado, this is a gigantic avocado if it is. You know what I mean? And for the price, yeah, it is. Look at that. Yo, this thing is massive, dude. And it cost it was a little bit cheaper than a regular avocado. Yo, flesh is good. Let it like ripen a few days. Look at that. Yeah. Oh, bruh. It cuts like perfect.
What's
Yeah.
your preferred brand of knife?
What's my preferred brand of knife? Any knife will do as long as it's like sharp and it's not just purchased at like Baby Gap.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, but if I was to say any of my favorite brands, it is Shun. 100%. I love Shun knives. There's other Japanese brands that are very similar or technically even better. I just am. It's the knife that's gotten me through my career, and it is the knife that's been the most consistent. I'm not super. Yeah, I'm not super into like anything else. Yeah, dude, look at that. And like this, it's slim cotto. It is like 3 times the size of a regular avocado. The seed is also like sideways, right? The seed. Look at that. It's it's like this way. That's awesome. Whoa! I might actually just start buying these from now on. Okay, so then I'm just gonna go ahead and I got my big ass spoon. I'm just gonna go ahead and spoon these out. Yeah, dude. Wow. Wow, look at that. Yeah, anyone out there that likes avocado toast and eggs, you gotta be trying these.
Chef.
Say again?
Are you a full-time chef?
I was a full-time chef up until last September. I'm just kind of giving it a break. I'm trying to find legs in other industries. Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen this either in the grocery store, but if you get a chance to try it or if you do find it, definitely. And I found this at Superstore. Mamacita Leona, what's good, dude? Welcome. Okay, so I got all those components in right here. Okay, so then let's go ahead and make a small, quick dressing. Nice. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. So you're going to just start with just a little bit of mayonnaise. Lemon concentrate. Okay, where's my... There you are. Some lemon. We're going to put a touch of sesame. And that's dark sesame oil. Is that the sweeter one? Where are you? There we go. Okay, just a hit of grainy mustard. This is a newer one, so I'm gonna crack this bad boy. Hey, she good. Give that a quick check. Yeah, we're almost there. I'm actually just gonna see what that looks like. Yep. So I'm gonna say that has to just be in for another just about 4 minutes. Just because the top is looking good, it's just that it's not as concrete as I'd like it to be. Okay, so then I'm gonna go with a small hit of grainy mustard. Okay. Ah, it's bricked. I'm gonna have to fucking microwave that later. Not gonna do it now. I guess I'll just use a little bit of sugar. Okay, sugar. And the honey? No, I think 'cause that's the only one I can see. Yeah. And then I'm gonna hit with a little bit of the sushi rice seasoning. Okay. This is going to give you that just a little bit of acidity without it being overbearingly vinegary. Okay. And the sugar should as well kind of help even that out. So we're just going to give that a quick mix. Okay. Like that. Boom. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yeah, that actually looks good. Tatiana, hey, right on, dude. I'm happy to help. Yeah, anything to get anybody to be cooking, to be making food that they really, really enjoy and love. Because, again, my whole thing here is, cook food that you love, and it's food that you want to keep coming home to, right? Absolutely. That's what this whole life is always about. You know what I mean? I'm on here 3 times a week, just cooking meals, trying to encourage people to do the same. Okay, so you got that nice, it's creamy. So we're gonna go ahead, take our drained lettuce, boom, toss that in. Okay. So that's nice because the sushi vinegar, it does contain a bit of mirin, it does contain a bit of the rice wine vinegar, stuff like that. As well as that hit of the lemon juice. Really adds a good amount of acidity to help break up the savory parts like the mustard and the, the sesame oil. Okay, so that's a nice, easy salad. Boom. Nice and creamy. Looking at a minute left on Jamaican pastry. So now we are on deck. Okay, and I'm probably going to use a bunch of that. I have a bunch of that left over. So I'm actually going to make pies later. I appreciate the corn recipe. Hey, right on, dude. Yo, and keep using that. You know it's good. And as well as play with it. Do what you can to kind of get the best out of it. You know what I mean? Okay, so to this salad, the final addition is, again, just to up the creaminess factor. Right, again, this is just a nice creamy, but still very nice and healthy overall salad. I'm going to add Boursin cheese to it. Okay, and what that's going to do is it's going to raise the creaminess factor, but it's also going to increase like the fat content. You know what I'm saying? Because what I found with salads is that what they lack is what's that?
Where's the big cutting board from? And Chef Nate's arrived, and there's 100 people up in this bit.
Nice. Where's the big cutting board from? I think Superstore. But wait till next week, and you guys will see I have a brand new cutting board on the way.
I
Custom
think you
made.
stole that one from my mom, did you not?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Your mom gave that to me by accident.
My mom gave it to you by accident.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But I think I've seen those at Superstore. That's where they would have got it.
Well, I don't know. The other one's from IKEA.
Why would you get a cutting board from IKEA?
The big black one is from IKEA.
Basically buying that shit from Baby Gap. Chef Nate. As well, Chef Nate, if I haven't said hi, man, hi, how are you? I didn't see you come in. Or at least I feel like I haven't seen you yet. Yeah, AKA stole it. Hey, they gave it to me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a misunderstanding that I never told them about. All right, so I got that jam. Good to go. Let's go ahead and just give it a quick check. It should be, it's like been 22 minutes. Yeah. Look at that. Right? Nice, good crust on the top. So as anything, especially when it comes to like meat pies or anything that has like more of a, what do you call it, very loose center, what you want to do is just kind of just let it sit and rest for a quick second. Yep, it can be moved. Tight. Very nice. Hell yeah. Rory. And Chef Nate, I am doing really well, man. Doing really well. It's been a really great day. Nice and busy. How are you? How has your day been? And of course, it's good to see you. It's always great when you're here, man. I really appreciate you for joining. Yeah, man, like look at that. It's now it's going to rest so that it takes on that nice crust. I assume the bottom has taken on a bit of color. It has. Oh my lord. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and start plating. And this is how we do around here.
Describe for Elise what's in the pies.
Okay, so
Pie for meat.
I mean, it is essentially just meat. Okay, so to be honest, it's actually extremely easy. It's just a little bit of prep time, okay? It's just a lot of cooking in the pan. One pan, I just made a quick mix, so it's this gorgeous Jamaican meat mix right here that you just put in store-bought, that I put in store-bought puff pastry that you can buy in the freezer aisle. So, sorry, somebody said, what's in the pies except for meat? So essentially it is the ground beef. I just use regular, lean ground beef. It's onions, garlic, ginger, and green onions, as well as there's, for the spices, it is thyme, allspice, curry powder, and then to thicken it at the end, it's a little bit of breadcrumb and a little bit of butter to get like really, really rich. Yeah, and if you do this, like, look at this. So it was 1 sheet of puff pastry to a pound of ground beef, roughly. And you have enough to do 1, 2, 3, 4. You can get at least like 5 to 8 portions out of this per person with a nice side of salad. So I think it's a really great...
Chicken stock. You've got chicken.
Oh, and chicken stock. Yes, sorry. It is chicken stock to kind of just get it all together before you add your thickener, which is your breadcrumb and your butter. Thank you, Tatiana. Thank you so much. I forgot about that. Sorry, I have my recipe written down, but I totally didn't write in the chicken stock. I just added in because you need to deglaze your pan to bring in all of the components and break down the breads. Yeah, you can buy puff pastry from the frozen section. If, of course, you don't want to make, you can still make Jamaican beef patty or like Jamaican patty dough if you wanted to. It is still pretty easy, but as long as you have the ingredients. Hey, and Tatiana, I appreciate you for paying attention. I have a pothead brain, so I forget certain things. Yeah, dude. And to be honest, and Chef Nate, you know for a fact I always usually either have phyllo dough or puff pastry in my freezer pretty much at all times. And if I don't have some here, it's at my in-laws' house in their freezer.
Where you stole the cutting board from.
Yeah, where I stole the cutting board from. That's goddamn sure. Can you do a homemade pizza dough sometime? Absolutely, I can. TikTok is an impossible ban only in the U.S., but it still has to go through the U.S. court system. Bunch of people voted on it, but I don't think it's actually going to get passed, to be perfectly honest, because a lot of the people that voted on it are now publicly kind of coming back on it, if you will. All right, so I've had to let this guy rest, so now let's go ahead and let's just plate this guy right now. All right, because I know my wife is now getting into that time where it's gaming time with her friends, so I definitely don't want her to wait to eat while she games. So I'm gonna go ahead and plate off just a bit of this nice creamy salad. Make sure to get all the components as much as humanly possible. Okay, and with any salad, you really want to have a play of like sweet, savory. Then you also want your sweet, savory, sour, as well as you want your components of textures. So all the different types of crunch and soft to go with it. Okay, so with this, I always try to add, if I can, yes, I do have it. It's just a little bit of what do you call it? Salad mix, or like salad seeds. Okay. And I find this is what really helps it have some life. So it's like dried raisins, dried cranberries, pumpkin seeds, cashews, pecans, stuff like that are all toasted. Okay. Okay, nice and easy. Boom. And let's go ahead and, what do you think? Let's go ahead and get a nice bit of that. Yep, that breaks apart real nice, and it does break apart fairly consistent. So what we got here is like the nice top, right? Nice toasted bottom, right? Look at that filling, right? Nice and even all the way through. So that was a good 22 minutes on the inside of the oven. Yeah, man, come over, take a bite. Natasha, thank you so much for the follow as well. I appreciate you. All right, so there we have it. Nice and simple, really easy, but really flavorful Jamaican pie with a good, nice, fresh, creamy garden vegetable salad. Yeah, nice. Okay, so Shannon is now in session, so I will be right back, guys. Give me 2 seconds. You want some? Okay, and then I gotta serve up. Here we go. And then I'm gonna do a small.
I only want those.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, just do a little BB size cut just to see if she's into it.
But is it hot?
It is a little warm, yeah. You want me to put it in the fridge for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just wait in my mom's bedroom.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Hey, man, she's been like, again, I always say she's been a day one, and you got to take care of your day ones. You know what I mean? If it's not for your family to be there for you, who's going to be there? You know? I stand on business shoe. Thank you so much for the follow, dude. I appreciate it. And we are at 30K likes. God damn. Thanks, guys. I appreciate y'all. So again, I would do the dessert, but really all it is, it's just some nice frozen strawberries with a hit of sugar in a bowl. Just going to let that macerate and become a syrup. Then it's just going to be strawberry shortcake ice cream in a bowl with the strawberries on top. Nice, creamy, kind of fresh. Pretty sweet and all that good stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you guys have any more questions or any inquiries or anything, you have suggestions you want me to do in the next or in the future, please, by all means, hit that follow button for me. What do you call it? Hit that follow button for me. Leave me a DM if you have any questions, and I'd be more than happy to answer any of those for you, okay? Again, oh man, Tatiana, thank you so much for the heart me. I appreciate you. Yeah, and again, thank you so much, guys, for coming out to the live. I really appreciate when you guys come out. It was a great live, great interaction. And again, if you guys want to do this kind of stuff, lasagna, oh yeah, that's on my list. Definitely on my list. And I will be on regular schedule. So today's Tuesday. I will be back on Thursday, 5 p.m. Mountain Time, as well as back on Sunday for the 4 p.m. Because again, it's a Sunday roast. We're going to just be taking our time, doing a big ass dinner, see what we can do, okay? So until then, I will see you guys on Thursday. You guys have a good rest of your week, and I hope it's nice, it's plentiful, it's productive, it's motivated. You guys have a great rest of the next couple days, and I'll see you on Thursday. Cheers, y'all. Filipino lasagna. Oh, man, you got it, dude.